Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. And today I'd like to share something with you. You see, I'm gonna ask you to forget that we are on YouTube. I've done that on the channel in the past, and I would like to do it again. Just forget for a second, all of this, because I'd like to talk to you like a normal person. Um, I've been posting videos for a while now, and I had the chance to read hundreds, if not thousands, of your comments, and I know that some of you guys are still struggling. Um, your relationship ended a month ago, in some cases years ago, and you're still struggling with moving on. And today, guys, I'd like to tell you to hang in there. No matter what happens, hang in there, guys. You are healing. And this is all part of your healing journey, your healing process. You see, when we lose something in life, when we face grief, it's absolutely normal to have, good days and bad days and the ups and down. It doesn't mean you're going back to square one, okay? It's completely normal to go through these, phases. And I'll be honest with you, I go through the exact same thing. I'm not different. Me making these videos and you watching them, we're kind of, sharing something here. And that's why I'm asking you to forget the whole YouTube thing. You see, perception is reality. And if you tell yourself a story enough times, well, it becomes real. In order to move on and heal, you will have to basically snap out of this narrative you've been telling yourself, right? That you lost the one, that you lost the love of your life, and remembering that person and the relationship, but really putting the focus on the magic, right? On the chemistry, on the attraction that there was between you and that person. And you completely forget the price you had to pay to experience those moments. You completely forget, you completely, ignore the walking on eggshells, the breadcrumbs, the anxiety, all of that. And yeah, guys, can you change that? Can you actually put the focus on all the negatives and realize that the fact that that person is no longer in your life is not a loss? If anything, it's a blessing in disguise in a way. Without that relationship, without that breakup, you would still be in the dark. You see, guys, I created this channel and I started posting videos simply because I wanted to expose the very dishonest business, the very dishonest industry on YouTube, right? All the scammers, the online coaches and whatnot, because those people, they basically convince you that not only that person is going to come back, but it would be a great thing. It would be like in a rom-com or whatever, like, finally they came back, right? And they will rescue you from this pain and this thing you're going through. But it's not true. If that person came back, it would be really bad news for you. It would be a disaster. And by the way, I know that some of you guys experienced that. You saw your avoidant ex coming back. So if you don't mind, please leave a comment and share your story with us. Tell us what happened. Was it, just like this beautiful, happy end, like in a rom-com, or was it just more of the same? Was it more confusion, more pain, more anxiety, more walking on eggshells, more breadcrumbs? You see, if that person came back in your life, it would be a disaster. For all intents and purposes, what you're going through is much closer to withdrawal than it is to heartache. You see? That person triggered something in you, and you saw something in them that probably never ever existed in the first place. But perception is reality. And if you keep telling yourself, and if this story, this narrative, and if you reinforce it, watching all the nonsense on YouTube, all the scammy videos. Here is when your ex is going to come back. Here is what they're thinking. They're actually very sad and they regret their decision. Guys, chances are that person is just completely gone. They don't care about you anymore. That's why they ended the relationship. And you're left, dealing with this grief on your own. But don't count on them to rescue you guys, because it's not going to happen. You have to be strong enough to rescue yourself. And remember your worth, guys. Remember your worth. You see, all the qualities you had before you met that person, your personality, your sense of humor, your even your beauty, your charisma, all the things you have to offer, you still have all of that. It's not because, that person decided to end a relationship with you that you're worthless now and that you depend on them to feel good in your own skin. Guys, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. And you see, the reason I still make videos, the reason my channel still exists is because I go through similar things. We all have these ups and downs and the good days and the bad days. But guys, we have to hang in there. Okay? Life goes on. And let's never forget that we only have one life. Don't waste it, guys. Don't waste it. The past is the past. Be strong enough to heal. Be curious about yourself, about your story. The soul searching I talked about on my channel. Be curious. Get to know yourself. See yourself for, who you truly are. Don't let your trauma, don't let your wound define who you are. Don't waste your life, guys. Work on yourself and just accept that what happened to you is probably, a good thing. There's a price to pay, but there is also this extremely valuable lesson to learn about who we are. So let's just stay strong together, okay? You don't depend on that person, and neither do I. If you feel, like sharing something, use the comment section of my videos. If you want to watch content about, your trauma, as always, Tim Fletcher, Alan Robarge, Patrick Teahan, Jerry Wise, Eckart Tolle. But never, 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 ever watch one of those scammy bullshit videos ever again. And stop reinforcing that narrative. You don't need that person. Hang in there. Stay strong, guys. God bless you, and see you next time.